podcast business. So today we have three groups. So first we have the Brotherhood. So can any Brotherhood member that's on here, Jonah, Manny, Mr. Just introduce yourself to everybody else?
Yeah.
I'll start. My name is Jonah Clother. I recently graduated Bronx Latin, so I'm a high school graduate. And yeah, my name is Brother JC. I'm in the Brotherhood. And yeah, Mr. C is a great leader. He inspired everyone, including me. And yeah.
Dante Pillar, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated at the University of Bridgeport.
It's my turn.
Go ahead, go for it.
You can go ahead.
Like whoever.
I'm Mr. C. The Brotherhood members call me Big Homie. I also teach English at Bronx Latin. We started the Brotherhood about 3 years ago. This September will be the fourth year, the top of the fourth year.
My name is Sean Robinson. I'm the current chapter president and public relations chair of the Beta Beta Pi chapter Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated at SUNY Oneonta. I am currently going into my senior year studying adolescent education and English.
Dope.
My name is Abbas Brahma. I'm a recent graduate. I graduated from Stony Brook University. I'm part of Phi Beta Sigma, the Mu Delta chapter. I got my degree in health science and business management.
My name is Manny Lopez. I am currently attending Mercy College, studying majoring in computer science and minoring in immigration law. I am a graduate of Bronx Latin, and I'm also a member of the Brotherhood that was started around 3 years ago. 3 years ago? Has it been 3 years ago? 3 years? Damn.
Yeah, just about.
I feel old.
My name is Kamar Williams. I'm the current president for M.A.L.E.S at the University of Bridgeport, and I'm currently studying engineering with a minor in mathematics, and I'm a senior.
Adam or Travis, just introduce yourself.
Current treasurer at the University of Bridgeport for M.A.L.E.S, and I'm a junior studying health sciences.
Your audio.
It sounds auto-tuned.
Yeah.
Okay, T-Pain.
I guess Travis, can you introduce yourself?
All right. My name is Travis. I'm a senior at UB, studying computer engineering technology. I'm part of M.A.L.E.S too.
All right, so first we're gonna give like one person or two people from each group just to give a brief description of just give a brief description. So the Brotherhood, I don't know, anyone of you brief description to the group to share what the Brotherhood is about and what we do. Mr. C, big homie.
All right. Unless Jonah, you wanted to jump in, it's up to you.
I've been in Brotherhood for 3 years, so everything about that Brotherhood is it's a organization slash it's a group with all color of men, so Hispanic, Latino, Black, white. We talk about issues around the world, and we want to make a difference, so a change.
Thank you, man. So just to add on to what Jonah just said, the Brotherhood, it was created for the young men, initially just young men at Bronx Latin High School. At Bronx Latin, for some reason, the principal decides to like strand the kids. So you have like A, B, and C strand, and that really like divides the kids in that high school because they feel like the A kids are better than the B kids and the B kids are better than C kids, which in actuality is obviously untrue. But the principal decides to like separate them in that way depending on your grades. So it's really demeaning, but it also causes problems within different groups of kids. So the Brotherhood was created to address that. We started meeting every Thursday and Fridays for about an hour after school. We would have check-ins, like what's one good thing, what's one bad thing that happened to you since the last time we met. We talk about societal issues, personal issues, school issues. If we're having, because like a lot of the times the teachers don't seem to understand the frustration of Black and Latinx students. I don't know how to like even treat them when they're upset or instead of just go off and start yelling at them. So we created a space in which we could just all come together and talk about these issues and like give them advice, we give each other advice from the group, and they just see that and just help each other out.
Thank you, Mr. C. Next we have, can anybody from M.A.L.E.S just tell everybody what the acronym of M.A.L.E stands for? Just tell them a little bit about what M.A.L.E do and how it expanded into different universities. So, anybody from M.A.L.E?
All right. So M.A.L.E stands for Men Achieving Leadership, Excellence, and Success, and it's basically an organization that strives for personal and professional development, and tries to get its members engaged on campus and outside of campus. So it really helps you like introspectively grow when you're in college, when there are things and temptations you have to look out for, and kind of just have that good network of people you can talk to and ask for questions and just generally help. And yeah.
Anybody else from M.A.L.E want to just add on to what he said? Next we have the Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. We have, I believe, 3 different chapters. So I just want to greet all the chapters. We have Abbas from Stony Brook University, Mu Delta chapter of the Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. We have Sean Robinson of the Bold, Brilliant, Persevering Beta Beta Phi chapter of the Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated at SUNY Oneonta. And we have Dante of the Delta Lota Sigma chapter of the Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. So if anybody just want to give a brief background of your fraternity.
Yeah. So Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated was founded in 1914. We have 3 founders. We emphasize on 3 major things: brotherhood, scholarship, and service. We was founded at Howard University because we wanted to build an organization that would help people, help the organization. We're more community-based. We're also known as the People Fraternity, People Frat.
Anybody else want to add on the Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated? Thumbs up, thumbs up. So we have a Brotherhood member that just joined. So can you just announce yourself to everybody? Justin?
Yeah, my bad. What happened?
Just share, just say who you are and what you're part of.
My name is Justin Ramos, or as most people know me as Brother Taco. I'm part of Brotherhood, the one that's run by Mr. Chinky He, big homie. Should I say the reason why I joined?
Yeah, you can give a brief description of why you joined Brotherhood.
So originally, I joined Brotherhood because I used to go to therapy, And after my therapy session was finished, I thought that Brotherhood could be a new form of therapy since I found out that all my friends were going there when they needed life advice or when they needed something to pick them up. So I decided to go and join them. And it's actually helped me a lot.
Yeah.
How's it,
I should
Papa?
have I should have introduced myself. I'm Brother King. I'm a part of the Brotherhood of Bronx Latin, and I joined just because it's a group. It's basically a safe space, just so we could talk about like any issues and everything. And I just something I grew into. Alumni of Bronx Latin and alumni of the Brotherhood, Brotherhood Forever, and just shout out to Mr. C, the Brotherhood leader. So we're just gonna get right into it. I'm gonna ask a few questions, and anybody could just chip in, and then let the convo build from there. So, what does brotherhood mean to you?
Me personally, I would say brotherhood. Um, an emphasizing thing I would have to say is accountability. That's what brotherhood is to me. Somebody that I'm accountable of, and somebody that's accountable of me. So, if I have someone who I consider a brother, or someone who I consider, if I have somebody who I consider a brother, that's somebody I expect to look out for me, to tell me if I do something, congratulations. Or if I'm doing something wrong, yo, that's wrong. And likewise, if I see them doing something wrong, I catch up on them. Or if I see them doing something right, I tell them, yo, I'm accountable of them and they're accountable of me.
Mm-hmm.
Should I go? Brother, to me, brotherhood means a lot. Like 3 years ago when we first started, it was like a safe, to me it was like a safe space for me to like hang around and be like someone myself. But I guess throughout the years, it has kind of like changed my mentality on life and everything else because I usually used to think life was like one big boom. It just comes and goes, but in actuality, it's something else. And I have changed for the like brotherhood has changed me for the better, basically. If I had to be honest, brotherhood has changed me for the better. It has changed my mentality, my way of life, my way I think. I'm basically 20 years old, having a job, saving, having money for my family, doing everything for like so much, and yeah, I guess that's what
Me,
brotherhood basically is. It's like a family. It's like a mini family we just made in back in Bronx Land.
Manny?
yeah, I agree with Manny. Brotherhood to me is like family. So that we're always like there for each other. We talk about life. We give each other advice, and also we take the advice and like it works. So like you know, um, we're just there for each other, and that we all love each other equally. So
Yeah.
I want to say, like, if I was to add to that, I would definitely say, like, know the difference between that and a friend. Like, a friend supports really all your bad habits. Like, my brothers, if I'm doing something wrong, like a bit said, they're gonna check me on it. I can't take that personally because they're just like looking out for me. So that's something that I would say it's like brotherhood, honestly.
I see it a little differently. I see friends as people to bring you up, people to show you the way or show you a different way of doing something when you're doing something completely wrong.
So like how
Or
I look at it is like, all right, my bad, go.
no, I'm done. Good.
Oh no, I was just saying like I say that in the sense of like, okay, we're in college. We have a lot of like friends, but I'm not sitting here having insightful combo with all of them. I'm not hanging out with all of them. I'm not checking in on really all of them. They're not doing the same for me. Like we're not talking about life. Like I feel like your friends you don't have that kind of relationship with. with your friends.
Okay, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, I feel like I could definitely agree with pretty much what everybody said, and just to build on what the boss was saying, like just having a group of people that you know that you can hold them accountable for certain things, and that they'll hold you accountable for certain things, so that like when you go out into the real world, like both of you aren't looking like crazy or anything like that. You're looking presentable, like, you know, people want to have those certain interactions with you, and just being great all around.
Yeah, and to add on to that point, I think another key attribute to brotherhood will be undying love. So what I mean by that is, you know, nobody's perfect. You get what I'm trying to say? Some people like to speak on simple terms. Some people don't text back, or some people don't do this, or some people don't do that, and things like that. And as a friend, like, I feel like the main difference is, let's say like you're supposed to meet up with a friend or something like that, and the friend flop, or the friend do something petty. You can stop talking to the friend because it's just like, all right, they're a friend. But as a brother, you would know that that's the person's flaws. You would check them on it, but you have undying love because you know that that's somebody that, you know, you go through thick and thin with, no matter what. You know, no matter your negative flaws or their negative flaws. You know, y'all in this together.
To me, I feel like just to piggyback on what everybody else said, it's like a lifelong bond. Once you build that brotherhood, it just feel like it's family at that point. So just to piggyback on to what y'all said, what are some characteristics of brotherhood?
I'd say in a brotherhood, they're almost everyone is insightful in more than one way. Like anybody can have a great idea that they can present forward, and it's just a happy like piggyback over everyone, and just beautiful things can happen when people like that come together and like conversate, you know. That's what I think.
I think that for I don't like the question is what are the characteristics, but there's so many different characters themselves in the brotherhood. Like we have some very outspoken people, we have some very like some brothers that don't speak at all, and they just come just to feel the energy in the room and just to be around other people that think the same way they do. So that's kind of hard for me to ask, but I think the safety part of the brotherhood, the openness of it, like just adding on, like if somebody says something, nobody's trying to attack them for it. I think that's a big deal. What Kamar was saying, like I completely agree with that.
Yeah, I have to throw in like loyalty, you know, and not loyalty in the standard, you know, like loyalty has a very wide spectrum, but there's some things, you know, like baseline loyalty, like there's some things that, you know, if a brother tell you, or things like that, that you know that you confide in somebody, that, you know, like it's not gonna get out, or they're not gonna clown you for it, or even if y'all do fall out, you know that bond that y'all had in the past is sacred, it's loyal, like it's locked in stone, and what happens in the future can't affect that bond y'all had in the past.
Yeah. I think that's what holds everybody together within the brotherhood, just that love. Like, and it wasn't always easy. I don't know about, you know, your separate organizations, but like when we first started, you know, and like we do when somebody's having a hard day, somebody breaks down crying, or they just lost a loved one or something, like we do a group hug, you know, like we go and give them a group hug. And, you know, at first some of the young men that joined, you know, were like, yo, nah, like I'm not with that. Like, don't touch me, yo, like chill. But, and what was beautiful to see was that like after a couple of meetings, you know what I'm saying? Like I know one specific kid that just like, he was the one that initiated it. And he was also the one that previously was like, yo, like I'm not with that. So I think just the growth because of that loyalty, because of that love, is just beautiful to see within the brotherhood and the males and the fraternity.
I would definitely add like open-mindedness, and you have to have like some kind of value to me. Like friends, I feel like they don't have like positive values. For my fraternity, like we take men from all walks of life, and we're not all the same. I could learn something from you, you could learn something from him, and we all come together and like help each other basically. Supportive.
Next question. What impact
Your
has...
audio, Sean.
Well, I think Sean was trying to talk to you.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
I was
fault.
about to talk.
Your audio.
I just realized my mic was off. But I would say sacrifice, just knowing that like any situation that you're in with a brother, you know, just some things might not be in your favor at all times, but you know, like doing this is gonna help the next person out, and you might not necessarily be benefiting from whatever the situation that you're placed in, but you know, you're helping the person that did need that help, you know.
That's true.
What impact has Brotherhood had? What impact has Brotherhood has on you? Like had on you? Or had,
I could honestly say that Brotherhood has made me two things. It's made me a better person. It's made me more outspoken. Because when I first came to this school and joined M.A.L.E.S, I was shy. I wasn't the guy to like sit in the back of the class, try not to be noticed, go in class, do what I have to do, leave. After like a couple months of being in M.A.L.E.S, I started branching out to new people. I started talking to more people, learning from them, and actually listening to what they have to say. And that means with that, my confidence grew. And that's how I started moving towards the front of the class, started being more active in the conversations with the teacher, with the other students, and just gaining more knowledge and confidence as it went on.
I agree. What you just said. Yeah. So Brotherhood, it built up my confidence when I would like in English class for Mr. C, I would like not talk a lot. I would be shy. Like whenever we would read a book or something, I would stay silent. But then like um when he would pick me to read, I get shy at first, but like you know like he built up my confidence. Like he just wants me to be myself. So like not get scared. You know, just talk and be like open minded and stuff. So yeah, it built up my confidence a lot.
I'd say Brotherhood has taught me like new levels of professionalism, and just the different aspects of it. Like I can name one like accountability, just being there for people, even being there for yourself is something that you know you don't really learn just going through like high school or college by yourself. You kind of would have to learn that the hard way, and that's not really a good thing to do, honestly. And yeah, just like learning how to like write emails, like so one of your brothers can teach you how to do that. Something as simple as that. So I think it's those things that really make brotherhoods like that great.
Yeah, definitely for me to add on to that, I feel like being a part of my organization and just having the Brotherhood at hand has offered me a tremendous amount of growth in all areas where I probably didn't even imagine like me being able to do, or like just even to have like the simple ability to do certain things, you know, like there's so many different things that I've learned from other brothers around that just like that I never knew before. Like there's so many different things that every brother has to offer each other, and you guys can all just build and grow from just that one small little idea or just comment or any like thought or something like that that one person might have had. Like everyone's able to add like their own personality and their own thought and things like that into whatever it is that you're doing or working on, you know.
I
Yeah, for me, I would say that it's made me it's made me more of a leader because before I was always been the type person that I just gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta do what I gotta do. But from my organizations, we throw events, different types of events on campus and things like that, educational as well as social. And when they was telling me to lead the events, I'm like, wait, what? Lead the events? But I had to learn to delegate work and know that I could lean on him to do this, and I had to learn his strong suits, learn where I'm weak at. So he's strong at this, I'm weak at this. So let me tell him to do this and let me do this. And I also had to slightly be a little vulnerable to let them know that I'm not good at this. That's why I don't like doing this. But instead, can I do this because this is what I'm better at? So. And those are leadership traits that everybody should have.
When I was younger, I was part of a group called Leaders that was part of the YMCA. And I grew up in Ravenswood Projects. My mom passed away when I was 10, so I moved in with my grandmother. She didn't speak English, and I didn't speak Spanish. So it was rough. But joining that group, it really changed my life, which is also part of the reason I wanted to be a part of something like this as an adult. And basically, while I was in that program, they basically said, you can be whatever you want to be. And they instilled that confidence in me, and they showed me how to navigate high school and how to navigate looking for internships and, building my resume. We did things like youth and government and Teens Take the City. So at like the age of 16, I was hosting events with like 300 kids coming for workshops and stuff. So it's like that at such a young age made me think that I could literally do anything I wanted to do. And that's just because there was mentors there saying, yo, like you can do it. You just got to work hard and not give up. And with that mindset, like I pushed through and I worked full time through undergrad. It took me 6 years to graduate, but I did it. And I just wanted to be in a position to like create that kind of environment for other groups of young men and young women, because I know how important that is. And just seeing you guys and hearing you guys talk is just very inspiring, because I know it may be one face that I'm seeing right now, but I know there's a group of other young people behind you guys that are really like changing the game. So I think that's what, the Brotherhood's impact, like I'm definitely a result of that impact. I've accomplished a lot at a young age, and that was because of the program I was in at a young age.
Next question, like one or two more. Why do you think these programs are necessary? So why do you think these organizations, fraternity, why do you think they're necessary, especially during the times that we're in now, like COVID and racism? Like, why do you think it's necessary and important?
I think for me, these groups are important to serve as an outlet for like to voice your feelings and to lean on your brothers. It's kind of sad with everything that's going on, but you can talk to your bros and tell them how you feel, and they can kind of help console you and how you can keep on pushing.
I would definitely say that like organizations like these definitely gives a sense of belonging outside of like your immediate family, like having other people that you would be able to go and talk to without any judgment, like that you have their 100% support, their honesty and things like that is just like another outlet. Because sometimes like a lot of people don't feel comfortable talking with their parents or even their siblings about certain things that they would talk about with like someone who would they consider like their brother, like outside of their family. So I feel like this is definitely a good outlet for things of that nature.
Hi, my name is Izzy. I'm a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. I just wanted to bounce off of that statement. I would say that it helps not just in terms of the feeling of belonging, but also in terms of progress. Like, like you have the confidence and being able to confide in brothers like about your ideas, you know, your aspirations, like just overall just sharing tips on helping each other to do better in life, you know, like progress in relationships, progress emotionally, progress socially, like, and that's something that like I feel like not a lot of people have, you know, like just the help in being able to, oh, like, all right, I think I'm thinking about this. Let me share with my brother, see what he thinks, and I can develop my idea from here. You know, and I think that's something that is very powerful, and it's something that can create such bigger things, you know, beyond ourselves, even more.
I'd say the one of the important things for why these brotherhoods are around is to just, you know, mold character and kind of a little bit take people out of their comfort zone, because that way people can grow better. Because I remember in high school I was in a program called the NYC Urban Ambassadors, and we did things similar to what the Brotherhood has done. Just really just coming together as youth in NYC, and just really coming together and leaping through academic challenges and like SATs and things like that. And we would we would occasionally go to like different colleges um on the East Coast, just to like not really to tour, but just to fully like grasp what each campus is like. And some of us had to communicate with these college students at the time when we were high schoolers, just to ask, because we wouldn't find out otherwise from faculty. So that was like a little mission for us, just to like get us out of our shell, really, because then we're gonna be them. Back then we were gonna be them in the future. So molding character is really important for someone in high school, because they would just go to high school and come back home, right? Maybe an extracurricular here or two, but yeah, these things are important.
I think I touched on a little bit why the brotherhood was important, but I think the mention of progress during these times is absolutely necessary and important. Like I know that everybody that was part of our brotherhood program was not shocked by the events that happened. Um, they knew of the societal issues we're facing. They knew about racism. They knew about all of these things that were happening. So when it hit, it wasn't, I don't want to say it didn't hurt, because obviously it hurts, but they were prepared for it mentally, because we had already spoken about these things, about these issues, and we had already vented about this. We had already spoke about like, what are some things we can do in the future about this? So they were aware of that, and also my students were aware of this as well. But I think that's why this program is definitely necessary. All these programs, just like what are we going to do now, and what are we going to do in the future, to try and help our communities fight for change and just survive.
I think brotherhoods are important around this time, especially because it keeps you, like, let's say you have one person on social media who's always on social media. They're always going to find something new to tell you about, something new to give you motivation to keep on fighting. It's more of like you're not alone, and it's like you're not alone. Let me show you. How do I put it? It's like it's a bonding thing, but it's not. This is something that shouldn't be happening at this point in time, at this point in history. We should be way past this. It's the fact that we have to count on our brothers to bunker down, and experience that togetherness, to rely on each other, to lean on each other, so we can progress past this, to improve the upcoming generations behind us.
Last question. What mentorship or guidance have you given to help others be successful?
For me, I would say, as like a minority and a man, like we are very scared to ask for help, and that's something that I tell others. Like, yo, we're all here to help you. I'm here. Like, if you need anything, I can either help you personally, or I can show you who possibly is probably able to help you. Because I think like that's another reason why a lot of our organizations were like made, networking as well, and that's something that I preach all the time. Like, get to know people, get relationships, because you never know what somebody's able to offer.
To piggyback on what he said, networking is really an important thing, especially when you get into college and you enter life after college. Networking is something that's really important. Just being open to meeting new people and just network with them is important. If anybody wants to share.
Just off the networking thing, like, be willing to work for free for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Like, get your foot in the door, get some experience under your belt. Then the next job you get, you can be like, hey, look at my resume. I did this for a year. Or the person that you're working for right now, doing an internship for, may hire you. I think that some advice that I give to like all the younger than me people that I speak to is just like, you have to be willing to fight for what you want, right? Like, you can't just sit back and expect life to give you what you want. Life is very, very, very hard. Lots of ups and downs, and you're not going to reach your goal in a straight line. Like, so just keep pushing forward. Also, just certain terminology, I like to have the Brotherhood avoid using, like minority. Like, we are not minorities. Minority, that word makes me feel less than, and I don't want to feel less than. I think, and also we are turning into the majority. Like, there's going to be more Black and Latinx people in the U.S. than there are going to be white people soon, which is probably the reason all this shit is happening right now. But just that term, just think about the terms that you're referring to yourself as, how you're speaking to yourself, how you're speaking to other people, and just show love to each other. If you're nice and you're showing love and you're doing things out of the kindness of your heart and not looking for anything in return, I promise you, the universe is going to give that back to you, right? It may not be when you expect it, but it's going to come back to you. Just do things out of the kindness of your heart.
Anybody else want to share? So I just want to thank everybody for joining the Corner Store Talk podcast. I want to thank the Brotherhood of Bronx Latin, M.A.L.E.S, and the 3 chapters of the Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. And this is the end of the podcast. I just want to thank y'all, and be on YouTube or Facebook. And yeah, I want to thank y'all.
Before everybody heads out, if you guys can throw your social media info in the chat, I would love that. Love to see what you guys are doing outside of here.
Yeah.
Connect, grow, network, like we said.
Let me drop that in there now.